Hello, my friends. This is Joanne. Welcome to Pinkfresh Fridays. Pinkfresh is my favorite. So I'm going to use Pinkfresh Studio Happy Heart Collection, which of course I've used many times before. But the reason I picked this is I'm going to scrap the super cute photo of my little girlfriend Evie and her dad. Okay, and I thought that this paper with this ephemera that came with the collection just went so perfect with her shirt, doesn't it? I love it. So let's get going. So we're not going to be too long. I'm going to do a shaker today, and I am going to show you how I do my shakers because several people have asked, so that'll be fun to do that together. Now I'm going to put this piece of paper here. Of course it matches because it's from the same collection, and then doing that just gives this picture a place to rest, sort of like a shelf if you want to say that. So everything doesn't blend in all the way. I am going to go ahead and put some ink on just a dauber. This is a Distress Oxide in Hickory Smoke. So I'm just going to go along and do the edges. Okay, so by doing that, it just separates the pinks from each other a little bit. See the little subtle difference there? So I'll use my T-square ruler to make sure this is super straight. And I'm just going to put this pretty much in the middle of the flower border. Let me see if that's good. Maybe up just a little bit. Okay, so I'll put my T-square ruler where I think I want it, and then I'll leave my T-square ruler there. Alright, this is a window that came from one of the beautiful papers in the collection. I fussy cut it out, and then I used my craft knife and just cut the middle of the window out. I am going to show you how I make shakers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to put ATG on it. And some of this is going to be thin. So what I do in that case is just go ahead and put it on there. And then I'm going to pick it up. And any ATG that's coming out the sides, I will just go over with my finger and tuck it. All right, now the acetate that I use, put top back on my ink, is, I use any really, but my favorite is Spiegel Mom Scraps Sequin Shaker Acetate Sheets. They are fantastic. Super high quality. I love them. And just in case you wanted a little trick, if you're going to get fingerprints on your acetate while you're making a shaker, period, the end. The best way to clean them up is to use rubbing alcohol. So let me get this on a straight edge here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this right down on the acetate. And then I am going to lift it up and cut this. Hopefully you can see this. I know acetate is hard to see on camera. And I'm just going to fussy cut around the window so you can't see the acetate. And if a little bit sticks out, it's okay because no one is really going to notice that. Doesn't need to be super perfect. Okay. I always quickly throw this away because the last thing you want to do is step on the corner of this or have your cat eat it. So you just take your rubbing alcohol, and rubbing alcohol dries really quick, so it's fine. Gets dust, fingerprints, glue off your acetate. It's perfect. Okay, so there's that. You're going to want to make sure that's definitely nice and dry on the inside. Then what I will do is put the top on because I'm super clumsy. I have these strips, and I love using these for shakers because they're so thin. You can put them right on skinny sections of your shaker. I'll put it all the way over to the edge. And what you basically want to do is you want to make sure that you are enclosing the area where your shaker, your sequins, or your beads, or whatever you choose to use are going to be, because this makes it so they don't fall out. All right, and if you know how to do this, you can just fast forward through. I'm not going to waste this. I'll just go ahead and stick it over here. And what I do like about this is that it's bendable. So I will come on top of this, right up against this other piece. You don't want any gaps in between your foam. And cut that super close so it hits the ones right next to it. Again, I don't want to waste this, so I'll just put that right there. And then I'm going to lift up this side. This is going to rest on the photo, like I said. Put this here. You always want to put your foam down first. There. And I think I need one little teeny piece. I just don't want it to be uneven. Okay, one more second, please. If I can get this off. One side and two sides. All right, I'll put this right in there like that, okay? Then what you want to do is I'll come in again with my alcohol, get rid of my fingerprints. All right, and this is the sequin mix that I picked out. I thought it went super cute with this paper. This is from Spiegelmom Scraps also. So then I'll take my sequins, and I have a little Nouveau spoon. You don't have to, you can use your fingers or just dump it in there. And what you're gonna wanna do is just put it in the middle as much as you can. I like my sequin shakers full. So I put a lot in there. I don't want just like a couple. I want it to be full, so not so full that it's crowded and there's no space for things to move around when you shake it, but full enough that you can definitely see everything. And if you have tweezers, grab them, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get sequins on your little foam strips on the side, because sequins always tend to have static electricity on them. I don't know why, but you're going to want to avoid the edges where your foam is at all costs, because if you go to put your second piece of acetate down and there's a sequin stuck here, it's going to be uneven and it won't adhere flat, and you don't want that, because then your sequins will fall out. Okay, so then I'm going to come back in with some acetate again, and I think that a piece like this will be just fine. Off to the side, away from where I'm working, I'm going to do some alcohol rubbing to get rid of the sequins. And then what you're going to want to do is very gently and very slowly take the back off your foam strips. That one's stuck, because if they stick to your fingers and you pull them too quick, then all your sequins are going to pop and go all over the place, and it's going to be super frustrating. So just do it slowly. And because I don't have foam here, I have some place to rest my fingers. If you didn't have any place to rest your fingers, like say there was foam here too, what you would do is take your finger or your tweezers and hold down in the middle of the shaker and then work around, so you don't pop your sequins. Okay, so now all that backing is off, and I'm just going to make sure that my acetate is covering the sequin part. It doesn't, you don't need acetate necessarily here. If you get a little there, that's fine, but it's okay. And you go flat, let go, and then press your foam strips into the acetate. You can do this with a piece of paper too. I like to use 2 pieces of acetate so you can see the pattern paper behind it sometimes, but you can also just use another piece of pattern paper if you wanted something to be behind it. And also, you don't have to use acetate. You can do the same thing with tulle and also with vellum. That always looks really, really pretty. Okay, and then you just cut the pieces away, put the top back on your sequin so you don't spill them everywhere. And I'm gonna put my glue on here, up along the edges of the sequin shaker. Don't put it here where your sequins are because you're going to be able to see through the acetate. Even if your glue dries clear, it's going to be kind of unattractive to be able to see your glue through the acetate. Alright, and the reason I use glue is because once I have that down, I don't want to press down on it super hard again with my ATG gun. And I'm just going to corner it. I'm going to make the bottom of this level with the bottom of the picture just because that's kind of my OCD kicking in. And I'm going to put this over the picture, but I don't want that, let me show you. I don't want this weird little gap right here, if you can see where I'm saying. So I'm going to make sure I press this right up against the photo. And then I will lay it down. And what you're going to want to do is hold it for a second and smoothly press until your glue dries, and give yourself 5 or 10 minutes before you start shaking your sequins around, even though you're going to want to shake it really, really bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Some sequin shakers are a little bit more complicated and you have to really, really let the glue dry, especially if you're doing it in a thin area. But if you're not doing a super thin area, then usually the glue will dry pretty quick. Take my rubbing alcohol, clean the top of that off. Nice. And put that back on, over to the side, and there we go. So there's my little sequin shaker. Now you can move it around a little bit. The sequins are going to move, but it's so full that even when you put it in your page protector, the sequins are going to stay throughout the entire shaker instead of all dropping down to the bottom and then having the top be empty without sequins. That's why I like to fill it as much as I can. All right, so I hope that was helpful to you. I picked out a bunch of embellishments here, and again, I don't know if I'm going to use all these, but you know, I picked them out, so we'll see. I got some pretty leaves, and I wanted to use this ephemera because it matches the paper and her shirt. And I've got leaves and florals. I've got a really pretty tag. Fussy cut one little butterfly. I thought it matched perfect with this paper. So I'm going to put a cluster here and a cluster here, because there's nothing here but his elbow, and then if I put something here, it's not going to take away from the photo, and if I put something here, it'll take away from this free space in the picture and cover up like the cars and these people. It looks like they were at a parade to me. I'll let her parents do the journaling, and then maybe cover up these people because I'm sure they're strangers. So all right, let me think about what kind of clusters I want. So I have 2 of these that are the same. So I'm thinking we should put one down here, and then see how it looks the best. That doesn't look bad. And then maybe do the same here, but I want to try to place it so I cover this, the vehicles and the people we don't know, up and still have it look good. Let me try that, and then maybe slide this one in here, covering up some of it to extend the cluster but somehow still look good, which I'm not sure we're going to be able to accomplish, but we can always try, right? Let's see, something like that. Let's see if that looks good. So with your florals, what you can do is two things. They're always going to curve in one direction or the other. So you can put your leaves at the end and have them curve towards your photo and see if you like that. Or you can grab one in the opposite direction and have it curve away from the photo and see which one that you like better for your layout. Let's try it on this side. Maybe I'll like that better. Oh, I think I like that better. And then let's try this one. Tuck it in here. Like that. I like it when it goes up the side of the photo. I think that looks pretty. Let me try something. No, I think I like that better, you guys. All right, I'm actually pretty excited about that placement, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that down before I lose it. I just like how it corners right there. Hopefully I'll get this in there without it moving. I like how the leaf is crawling up the side of the photo, if that makes any sense. Put that down for a minute, and again, I'm gonna put foam squares underneath here. Okay, I may have lost a couple seconds footage there because my camera got too full, and I'm just tucking some additional greenery in here, and I think I want it to go something like that. That'll be pretty. Okay, perfect. Now I do want to slide this tag in here because I think it's really, really pretty. I just got to figure out where I want to put it. This needs something there because this weird space right here, weird to me. So let's go ahead and put the butterfly there. Put glue just in the middle. I'll probably end up putting foam squares on the wings just to keep it propped up once I put it in the page protector. Of course, I think we need some gemmies in there. These are strips of gems that I got from Michael's like a million years ago. So I'm just going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Cut that off. And the cool thing about these is that it's a strip of gems. They're not individual little gems. So it comes just like that. So I will take that and put it right in the middle of the butterfly. This is a rather large butterfly, so I did pick 4. Usually I'll do 3 on the smaller butterflies. So then what I'm going to do is this space right here needs something. So I'm going to put in this chipboard frame. And it's super cute because of the color, and it says you and me. Hey guys, I found 2 sentiment phrases in the collection that I really like, and this one says together and this one says unforgettable in the gold foiling. Isn't that beautiful? So I was going to put this right about there, and I propped it up on a couple of those same foam strips that we use to make the shaker. So I just put that down off camera so you didn't have to watch me do that. And I'm going to make sure that I put these letters right here in that space, just so it looks good. I think that's pretty straight. That way it pops it up away from the floral cluster a little bit. I put this one on the foam strip as well. And I'm just going to put that under here, kind of centering it under the window shaker. And because I found that, I was thinking about using Pinkfresh gems, but they came out with these new little, they're not really gems, they're more like pearls. I almost dropped them. And they come in gold, silver, and like copper and matte, and they just came out with new clear crystal ones. Okay guys, so I definitely put down 5 little areas of those little gold pearls, which are super cute. And just for a little something, I put little yellow Pinkfresh gems in the middle of the flowers. just to give it a little something. And then I got thinking that those florals are a tiny bit, I don't want to say boring, but there's not a lot of color in them, so let's just say that. So what I was thinking about doing is just taking some of my shimmers. I'm going to use my Alt New paintbrushes because they're so wonderful, and they have a very thin brush on them, and they're wonderful. And maybe just come in and paint these flowers up a little bit, or the leaves I should say, not the flowers, just a little bit. And it can be like abstract watercolorish, because this ephemera is sort of like that, so you don't have to be perfect when you do something like this. Okay, my friends, we are all done. Let me see, what did I do off camera? The only thing I did was I finished putting down the little gold gems, and I moved this down. I just thought I needed a little bit something to go lower, and then I used the alphas from the Happy Heart collection, and I just spelled out Dad Loves Me, which is super cute. Sometimes those scripty alphas are a little difficult to use, but if you overlap them together, it usually comes out pretty good. It's going to be a little shiny because of the gold and the gold foiling, but there's that. I hope you'd like it. I think it's cute, and I think that her dad will like that title. And here's the sequin shaker. Now see, it moves just a little bit, but it stays full, so when it's in your page protector, everything doesn't go down to the bottom, which is why I like to fill them right up. Okay, here's this cluster here. I think it came out super cute. I'm glad that I painted the ephemera because I think it just added a little something to it. And I did put gold splatters everywhere, so I thought it went well with the gold pearls and the gold title and this gold foiling here. So there's this one. I like that a lot. And this has gold too. In that chipboard it says You and Me, which is perfect for this photo. And this awesome photo. See how super cute my little girlfriend is. So there you go, you guys. I hope that you like it. Again, the list of all people participating in Pinkfresh Fridays this month is in the description box below. Please be sure to check out all of my friends' videos. Okay, I'll put close-ups at the end for you. And as always, feel free to scrap lift us. If you would like to join Pinkfresh Friday YouTube Hop, please just leave me a message, or join on Instagram, or join at home in private, whatever you want to do. But I just hope you enjoy the hop and seeing what everybody does. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by.